to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.
Yo, what up, Mindset?
Hey, what up, V-Man?
What are you about to do?
Oh, no, man. I'm just checking out this, I got a list of songs, man, off that album by David Bowie called The Young American and stuff like that, man. Those songs are funky, man. Some of the songs on there are funky, especially the one called Fame. That's the big one.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Remember my name. I'm gonna live forever.
No, man, come on, man. No, we're not talking about that song. We're talking about the one Fame with the little funky groove in it and stuff like that.
Ah, but wait. You ain't about to get me this time. Yeah, bruh. I'm with the funk this go round.
What's the name? What's the name?
Oh, yeah, man. I see you done took your soul pill and stuff like that today. But welcome back to the channel, all the members and subscribers and stuff like that. I appreciate you guys. We're going to get into David Bowie and that song Fame. Man, that thing was funky, you know what I'm saying? Along with the other songs on that album. And also, we're going to talk about his life and his background accomplishments and things like that. Plus, I'm going to break that song down and show you the funk and what it really sounds like isolated. So y'all hang in there. I'll see you at the bottom.
Gang for the gifted singer, composer, producer, Mr. David Bowie.
Let's rewind, y'all. Before Ziggy Stardust, before the Thin White Duke, David Bowie was just David Robert Jones. He was born January 8th, 1947 in Brixton, London. As a kid, he studied art, learned the saxophone, picked up guitar, and soaked up everything from Elvis Presley to Little Richard. He wasn't a music school prodigy. He was just a sponge soaking up everything around him, a restless, art-obsessed kid who wanted to break molds. By the early 1970s, he'd already failed and reinvented himself more times than most artists do in a lifetime. By 1975, Bowie wanted more than rock stardom. He wanted to crack America's soul scene, a move he famously called his plastic soul period. And the place where that transformation happened was Electric Lady Studios, right in the heart of Greenwich Village, New York City. This is where the magic to the song Fame would happen. Bowie had been surrounding himself with some of the best Black American R&B players you could find. Carlos Alomar on guitar, Emir Kassan on bass, Dennis Davis on drums, and Ralph McDonald on percussion. These cats were super tight, a serious funk machine. They were all deep into sessions for Bowie's Young Americans album. And we can't forget that a young Luther Vandross was right there in the mix, singing backing vocals with David. Yeah, man, that Luther Vandross. During this same period, Bowie had recently met none other than John Lennon socially through mutual friends, including Mick Jagger a few months earlier. To break the ice, these two icons actually sat together for hours sketching and drawing on pads of paper. So, on this particular night, Bowie invited Lennon to contribute a guest vocal for a cover of the song Across the Universe. Once they wrapped that up, the band started going into a jam session. It so happens that guitarist Carlos Alomar had been working on this tight, syncopated guitar riff he'd been using on tour.
What happened really, Carlos Alomar, my rhythm guitarist, had a riff that I had been using for foot stomping, the old rock and roll. Everybody young and old learns how to rock and roll. And we sort of said, let's take that riff and then write something over it. Right. It was Carlos's riff. And then John was playing and he kept on coming up. I'll give you the guitar. Like that. And I said, oh yeah, right. This is John Lennon saying aim. And I'll put an F in front of it, and that was it really.
So the band was in there, riffing along with Alomar to this lick. That spark set everything in motion. They ran back in with the guys, told them what they were thinking, and within hours, built a brand new track on the spot. Bowie shaped cynical and biting lyrics about the cost of being a celebrity. Lennon threw in those ghostly background vocals, chants, and some cheeky ideas. To get that signature funky sound on the word fame, they used a very speed tape effect to drop the pitch of the vocals lower and lower until it sounded like a machine. Alomar kept funking the groove while the rest kept the pocket. The result? Man, they had a record that was cooler, tighter, and funkier than anything Bowie had ever done before. A British rocker stepping into a Black American funk lane and not faking it. And let's be clear, this wasn't some throwaway experiment. Fame became Bowie's first #1 hit in the United States, going gold in the US by August 1975, and then topping the Billboard Hot 100 in September, cementing his unexpected crossover into the soul and funk world. Yeah, man, and Bowie doubled down on the funk by appearing on Soul Train with Don Cornelius in November 1975. Can you imagine that? This was one of the boldest moves of his career. Now, Elton John had beaten him to being the first white act to do it, but Bowie's performance was a cultural mic drop. A British glam icon, nervous as heck, so he got high as a kite ahead of time, I must add, singing on national black television, and the crowd loved it.
I'd like to know, when did you actually start getting into soul music? When did you start wanting to do soul music? I mean, you're doing it now.
Back in England, in London, when I was a teenager, and popping them, it's just I don't know, there's a similar expression over here. On street corners, we have street corners in London, and we used to go to a lot of clubs. And James Brown was very popular in the French clubs. About then, I was about 17 then.
Okay.
Hey, I've said it before, the funk doesn't know color. Now, the meaning of the lyrics to this song? Bowie wasn't celebrating fame, he was tearing it apart. He called fame the B word, and this song was his way of exposing the trap while climbing the ladder.
John Lennon came to the sessions that I was working on in America, and we had been talking about what it was like to be managed and why, well, John had already broken free, of course, right? And I was breaking free at the time of management.
In some of the lyrics, you can actually hear Bowie barking out his frustration and anger over his situation with manager Tony DeFries. This was aimed directly at DeFries. That's why it hits different, it's funky, and has real hidden meaning at the same time. Let's open the hood and see right quick just how funky this song really was. Check out that guitar lick up close. Man, it don't get no funkier than that. That Alomar guitar lick was razor sharp and hypnotic. And the bass? That thing was bumping along. Amir Kassan's bass line was low, tight, and bumping. And then that drum bed. Yeah, Dennis Davis's drum groove is the pocket. Man, that beat is so hot it makes you want to call in sick so you could spend time with. And those Fame echoes, with Bowie's vocal delivery and Lennon's riffs.
Fame, fame, fame. Isn't any wonder you're too cool to fool?
All float right over the top like silk on fire. Man, musically, Fame is a masterclass. The world in 1975 was shifting. Funk and soul dominated the airwaves. Disco was rising. Rock was softening. Bowie walked straight into that environment, teamed up with the funkiest band he could find, and made a hit that beat the Americans at their own game. Yes, sir. Fame is included in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. The song was also famously remixed in 1990 as Fame 90 for the Pretty Woman soundtrack. Man, Fame was the moment David Bowie proved he didn't just play music, he mastered the funk groove. After Fame, Bowie didn't slow down. He kept reinventing himself, stacking up Grammys, Brit Awards, Lifetime honors, and influencing generations of artists across genres. Behind all the personas, there was real love. In 1992, Bowie married Somali supermodel Iman. What a beautiful woman that was. A real power couple, and it lasted until his last days. They had a daughter, Zara, and Bowie also had a son, Duncan, from his first marriage. In later years, Bowie stepped back from the spotlight after he had a heart attack on tour in 2004. But he came roaring back with surprise albums that reminded the world he still had it. And then, in January 2016, Just 2 days after his 69th birthday, he released his haunting final album, Black Star. By now, David Bowie had accomplished a lifetime of success, but it wouldn't be enough. Bowie was also in a private battle with liver cancer, diagnosed months earlier, and on January 10th, 2016, unfortunately, the English singer-songwriter and actor David Bowie passed away at his home in New York City. The world mourned, and his presence is still being missed in the music world. But he left an enduring legacy, and at least one song that will wake up a boring party. Man, fame was the moment David Bowie proved he didn't just make songs, he knew how to create the groove and set it in the pocket. Yeah, man, that thing is just that simple. Fame was a funky song. May not have been listed as straight funk, but it was funky and had all the funk elements because the musicians that played on it were funk musicians by trade. You know what I'm saying? Hey guys, I hope you appreciate that and check back with the Music Mindset channel. And we're going to be doing some other stuff like this. So I'll see you then. Thanks.